Ladies and gentlemen, you've got to understand something deep inside your soul. No one's laughter, no one's doubt, no one's disbelief has the power to define you unless you give it that power. When people laugh at your dreams, when they shake their heads and say you can't do it, that's their weakness talking, not yours. That's their fear and limitation spilling out in the form of ridicule. But you're something else. You're stronger than their laughter, sharper than their doubts, and bigger than their small-mindedness. See, life will throw 1,000 reasons for you to quit right in front of you. People will look at you and tell you your dreams are too big, your ideas too crazy, your plans impossible. And sometimes that voice inside your own head begins to echo their words. That's when you have to remember this truth. Their laughter doesn't come from a place of strength. It comes from fear. Fear that you might succeed where they never dared to try. Fear that you might become something extraordinary while they stayed stuck in the ordinary. You are not the reflection of their disbelief. You are not the product of their ridicule. You are the architect of your own destiny. Every time you feel the sting of their laughter, let it remind you who you are not. Not a failure, not a joke, not a lost cause. Instead, let it remind you who you can be: unstoppable, unbreakable, undeniable. There's a power in ignoring the noise. A power in standing tall even when the world is shaking its head at you. When they laugh, it means you're pushing boundaries. It means you're stepping out of the comfortable box where most people live their lives. And when you step out, that laughter will follow. But don't ever mistake their noise for your truth. Your truth is found in your passion, in your commitment, in the sweat you pour into your dreams when no one's watching. Your truth is in the quiet moments when you choose to get back up instead of giving up. Your truth is in the fire burning inside that laughter can never extinguish. Let me tell you something. Some of the most legendary stories began with a chorus of laughter and doubt. The difference between those who succeeded and those who didn't is simple. The ones who succeeded didn't let the laughter break their spirit. They used it as fuel. They used every no, every laugh, every doubt as a step on their climb. So next time you hear the laughter, don't flinch. Don't shy away. Look it straight in the eye and say, "You don't define me," because you hold the pen to your story and you get to write how it ends. The moment you stop caring about what the world thinks, you become truly free. Free to dream, free to act, free to win. Remember, their laughter is temporary, but your success can be forever. So rise above the noise, stand firm in your truth, and show the world that you are much bigger than their doubts. Listen, the world is going to doubt you. People are going to criticize your every move. They'll tell you you're not good enough, smart enough, or ready enough. But here's the truth: you have to own doubt and criticism. When you know how to handle them, become the greatest fuel for your fire. They don't have to tear you down, they can build you up. You see, doubt is not the enemy. It's not some evil force out to stop you. No, doubt is the challenge thrown in your path. It's the mountain you have to climb. And when you take that doubt, stare it down and say, "I'm coming through anyway." You turn doubt into determination. You take criticism and let it sharpen your focus, harden your resolve, and ignite your passion. There's a reason why some of the greatest achievers you admire, those who changed the game, those who rewrote the rules, used every no and every negative word as a stepping stone. When people criticized them, it didn't stop them, it propelled them. When they heard the doubters, they didn't retreat, they advanced. Because they understood that criticism, like fire, can either burn you down or forge you stronger. The choice is yours. The key is to listen to the right voices, not the voices that want to see you fail or hold you back, but the voice inside you that knows your worth and your potential. The voice that says, "I can do this. I will do this." When doubt creeps in, and it will, you don't run from it. You don't hide. You confront it head on. You use it to fuel your hustle, your grind, your obsession with success. And criticism, it's just feedback. Not all feedback is truth, but there's always something to learn. When someone tells you you can't, maybe they're just reflecting what they can't see in themselves. But you take their words, sift through them, grab the lessons, and toss the rest aside. You let the criticism be the hammer that shapes your skills, not the weight that breaks your spirit. This is the mindset that separates the winners from the quitters. Winners get knocked down, yes, but they get back up stronger. They turn the noise around them into music that drives them forward. Every time someone doubts you, you double down. Every time someone criticizes you, you get sharper. Don't waste energy feeling hurt or angry. Channel that energy. Make that energy your fuel. Use it to rise earlier, work harder, and dream bigger. Doubt and criticism are not roadblocks. They're the fire you walk through to reach the other side. Remember this, your breakthrough is on the other side of the doubt. Your victory comes after you've turned criticism into confidence. So embrace the challenge. Let it push you, not push you down. Let it inspire you, not intimidate you. Because when you do, nothing, no voice of doubt, no sting of criticism can stop what's coming. Let me tell you something that you already know deep down, but sometimes forget when the pressure's on. Every success story you admire, every legend you look up to, started with a chorus of naysayers. It didn't begin with applause or congratulations. It began with doubt, skepticism, and sometimes even outright rejection. Because here's the truth. When you're about to do something great, something that pushes boundaries and breaks molds, people around you will say no. They'll say you can't. They'll say you're dreaming too big. That's the universal experience of greatness. You're not alone in facing that kind of resistance. The difference between those who win and those who quit is simple. The winners recognize that naysayers aren't enemies. They're part of the process. Those voices of doubt are not signs you should stop. They're signals that you're on the right path, that you're stepping into uncharted territory where the rules don't exist yet. Look at every great figure in history, every pioneer, every trailblazer. They were laughed at, mocked, and doubted. Not because their dreams were impossible, but because their vision was bigger than the world was ready for. The moment you decide to step out and chase something others haven't dared to chase, you step into the arena of resistance. And resistance always sounds like no, but here's the thing, naysayers aren't the final word, they're a test. A test of your commitment, your passion, and your belief in yourself. When the world says no, it's not about shutting you down. It's about challenging you to rise up and say yes to yourself, yes to your dreams, yes to the impossible. This is the moment where most people fold. They let the voices win, but not you. You're different, because you know this secret. The louder the no, the sweeter the yes when it finally comes. You know that every no builds the foundation of your yes. Every rejection shapes your resilience. Every doubter fuels your determination. So when you hear the naysayers, don't get discouraged. Don't get bitter. Instead, stand tall and remind yourself that you're in good company. You're walking the same road that every successful person walked. You're playing the same game, facing the same challenge. The question is, will you let their doubts stop you, or will you use their no as the reason to push harder, to dream bigger, to work longer? Remember, the story you're writing isn't just about achieving your goals. It's about proving to yourself that you can overcome the voices that told you no. It's about showing the world that the greatest victories come not in spite of the naysayers, but because of them. So hold your head high. Keep your eyes on the prize. And when the world says no, say yes louder. Because your success story is waiting to be written. And it starts with a chorus of naysayers who underestimated your power. Here's something you need to understand right now. Life will throw a lot at you. You will face challenges, setbacks, and moments when the world seems to be against you. People will doubt you, laugh at you, try to put limits on what you can do. But here's the real power, the power that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary, lies in one simple truth. You get to choose how you respond. Nobody controls your reaction except you. Nobody decides how you handle the hard times but you. That's your power. When someone laughs at you, you don't have to crumble. When someone doubts your dreams, you don't have to quit. When the road gets tough, you don't have to give up. You can choose to stand tall, to rise up, to fight back with everything you've got. Choice is freedom. It's the difference between being a victim of your circumstances and being the hero of your story. You might not control what happens to you, but you absolutely control what you do about it. You decide whether that moment of doubt is the end of your journey or the spark of your comeback. Every successful person you've ever heard of knew this. They understood that life is not about what happens to you, but how you respond to what happens. They made the choice to keep going when others stopped. They made the choice to believe in themselves when no one else did. They made the choice to turn their pain, their setbacks, their failures into fuel for greatness. Now, this isn't easy. Choosing your response is not a passive act. It's a battle inside your mind and heart. It's waking up every day and deciding you're going to fight, no matter what. It's looking fear, doubt, and criticism in the eye and saying, I'm bigger than you. It's choosing resilience over defeat, courage over comfort. You don't have to be perfect at it. You will stumble, you will feel weak, you will want to quit, but the power is in choosing again every single time. When life pushes you down, you get up. When they laugh, you work harder. When doubt knocks, you answer with faith. This choice shapes everything, your attitude, your actions, your destiny. It's the foundation of success. You might not have the power to control every situation, but you have the power to control your mindset, your determination, your hustle. So next time you face that moment when you're tempted to give up, remember this. You have the power to choose your response. You can let the negativity win, or you can let it fuel your fire. You can fold under pressure, or you can rise like a champion. The choice is yours, and it's the most powerful choice you will ever make. Stand up, take that power, and own your response. Because that's where your true strength lies. That's where your victory begins. Winning isn't just about the final moment when the crowd cheers or the trophy is raised. It's so much more than that. Winning is about the journey, the long, hard road you travel when nobody's watching. It's about the sweat, the struggle, the countless times you felt like giving up, but chose to keep going. That's where real victory lives. See, too many people think winning means just crossing the finish line first, getting the promotion, or hitting the big payday. But those are just results. Real winning is deeper. It's about proving to yourself that you have what it takes to keep pushing when the odds are against you. It's about the person you become while you're fighting to get there. When you start this journey, it's easy to be excited. The dreams look shiny, the goals seem possible, but then life hits you with challenges, failures, setbacks, criticism. That's where the test begins. That's where winning starts to mean something real. It means showing up every day and putting in the work, even when you don't feel like it. It means doing the hard things, taking the hits, and still moving forward. Every great champion, every successful person you admire has walked this path. They've faced doubts, fears, and obstacles just like you. The difference is they refused to let those things stop them. They understood that winning is not just about the destination. It's about the journey that molds you into who you're meant to be. When you fight through the struggle, you prove your strength. When you keep going after the failures, you prove your resilience. When you rise after the falls, you prove your courage. That's the true victory, not just what happens at the end, but the battle you win inside yourself along the way. And don't forget, this journey is personal. It's not about impressing others or proving them wrong. It's about proving to yourself that you're capable of greatness. It's about looking in the mirror every day and knowing you gave it everything you had. That you refused to settle for less, that you believed in your potential when no one else did. This journey will teach you more than any trophy ever could. It will teach you patience, discipline, humility, and strength. It will shape your character and build your legacy. That's why the journey matters, because it's the foundation on which your victory stands. So, as you chase your dreams, remember this. Winning isn't just a moment, it's a process. It's the blood, sweat, and tears you pour into your vision. It's the battles you fight when no one's watching. It's the quiet victories that prepare you for the big ones. Celebrate every step, every lesson, every breakthrough. Because that's what winning truly is. Not just the trophy, but the journey that proves you're a champion, inside and out. There's something almost magical about success when it happens in front of the people who doubted you. When they laughed, when they said you couldn't, when they turned their backs, they didn't realize they were setting the stage for your greatest moment. That moment when you stand tall, not just for yourself, but for everyone who said you wouldn't make it. Let them watch you succeed. Let them see the fruit of your hard work, your sacrifice, your relentless grind. Because success isn't just a personal victory, it's a statement. It's proof that the doubt, the laughter, the disbelief wasn't the final chapter. It's a reminder that your dreams were worth fighting for, that your faith in yourself was unshakable. There's a special kind of satisfaction that comes from victory when it was least expected, when the people who laughed the loudest are the ones who have no choice but to watch in awe. Not because you wanted to prove them wrong out of spite, but because you refused to let their disbelief stop your journey. You stayed focused, you stayed hungry, you stayed committed, and success when it comes isn't just about the trophy or the paycheck. It's about the story it tells, the story that says, I faced the storm, I faced the criticism, I faced the rejection, and I'm still standing. That story is yours to own. And it's a story that inspires others who are standing where you once stood, doubted, overlooked, underestimated. When you let them watch you win, you become a living example of what's possible. You become the proof that greatness isn't reserved for the chosen few. It's for anyone willing to work, to sacrifice, to believe. Your success breaks the limits that others try to place on dreams. But don't mistake this for just about getting back at the doubters. This is bigger than that. This is about your legacy. It's about lighting the way for those who come after you. It's about showing the world that no matter the laughter, no matter the doubt, no matter the struggle, you can rise. So embrace this moment, embrace the spotlight, let them watch every step of your journey forward. Because in that watching, you're not just winning for yourself, you're winning for everyone who ever dared to dream when the world said no. Remember, their laughter is temporary, but your success is permanent. Their doubt fades, but your legacy lasts forever. So stand proud, rise high, and let them watch.